Hey, everybody. Let's try this one more time. It's your girl, Shaniqua Inspires. And now we are officially streaming to Facebook and YouTube as normal. To God be the glory. I was up and I was out the house early this morning. And so I had to do just a kind of quick video just to let you guys know that I was here. But I got home in time and I said, you know what? I do want to get on my laptop because I do like streaming to both places. So we're going to do this again. We're going to do this again. So I say good morning to each and every one of you. I hope and I pray that you all are well and that you're feeling good in your mind, your body, and your spirit. So I where should I start? I don't even know where to start. Maybe I should start with I was up since about a quarter to 5 this morning. I've been up and I still feel like I'm awake, like I don't feel drowsy. I am going to put a load of laundry in as I was folding clothes already this morning. So I it's been a productive day nonetheless. I was just en route. I was driving and I mentioned to my youngest son that I would come and pick him up. And now he's texting me, he's ready and I'm home. But nonetheless, I say good morning to you all. So today is Monday. We've got a beautiful day here in New York City, and it is so full of potential. But I have to be honest with you all that I am feeling a bit on the frustrated side today. Okay. I just need to be open. I need to be honest about it. I'm feeling a bit frustrated. I got up first thing this morning. I was up since, like I said, a quarter to 5. Been up since a quarter to 5, and I had to go to the doctor this morning. And I was liking it. I said, you know what? They had an early morning appointment. I said, let me go to this early morning appointment so that way I can get in, I can get out, and we make the day, we can have the rest of the day to ourselves. And so I could feel the frustration just kind of revving up inside of me. I could feel it. And one thing that I got frustrated about is my car. So my car, and there's these settings. I've got to go into the book. You know how when you get these cars, they give you these big binders talking about read this, figure out this vehicle. And I don't be having time for doing all of that. I don't be wanting to sit there and read it. The only time you read it when something is going wrong and you got to try to figure it out. But most of the time I just take it to the dealership and like y'all figure it out. However, I did take it to the dealership a while ago, and they said it was some settings that I had to personally adjust. They couldn't do it for me, so I have to learn how to go in. Now, mind you, it would have been nice if they would have showed me what page it was on and walked me through it. But nonetheless, I walked away from there without getting the settings fixed. So now I'm a little frustrated because there's this particular spot that every time I drive in this spot, my car goes haywires. It goes haywires. It does like this automatic braking, and nonetheless, it's this thing is so tight. Nonetheless, it is dangerous, right? It's dangerous for my car to be doing all this jerky stuff when I'm on the highway and everything. But I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated because it gives me a level of anxiety when I get in the car and I know I have to go in this section. It does give me a level of anxiety. And I think a part of my frustration is that I'm bothered by it. Like I'm frustrated that I'm bothered by it. Um, and it's a good thing. And this is what I'm getting now. It's a good thing. Like the frustration is actually a good thing because the frustration is going to help me to move me forward. Because honestly, when I'm riding around, I'm on all other streets and highways and byways and things of such, and the car doesn't do that jerky thing, I'm okay. I think the problem is solved. I think it's healed, delivered, and set free. And I go on with life. But it's not until I get to this place, then there's this fear, there's this kind of like doom that kind of lingers about, and I don't like that feeling. Right? I don't like that feeling. And so what it tells me and what it does for me is like, well, if you don't like that feeling, then fix it. Take the time out, get into the booklet, read the doggone booklet, and figure this thing out and change your settings for your safety so that you can obliviate this fear that happens, this anxiety that comes. Right. And so that's one thing. And I'm feeling the Lord. I'm getting what he's saying to me this morning. And I'm so appreciative of it. So I'm admitting to you all that I have this frustration, and this frustration one came from when my car does this like jerky thing on the highway in a particular spot. So the route, when if I just sit and I tell you, I'm like, oh my God, my car does this thing, you would think, oh, poor Shaniqua, she need to get the car fixed. That's not safe. Like that's where your mind will instantly go. But how many of you would challenge me and say, well, sis, what are you going to do about it? Is there something that you can do to rectify this feeling? And there is something that I can do to rectify the feeling. One, I've already took it into the dealership and they've already told me what it is. So it's not like I'm oblivious as to what the problem is. We know what the problem is. Now the solution is, what are we going to do about it? Okay. What are we going to do about it? So now that I'm frustrated and the frustration is pushing me forward, and that frustration is telling me, okay, now it's time. You've been putting it off. You've been putting it to the back burner. You've almost forgotten that this car does this in this particular area. Now, I don't know why. I don't know what it is about this area. It ain't no different from no other spot in the highway. I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, my car does it all of the time. Or I should say most of the time, because the last time I was there, it didn't happen. And so, good morning, Angela. Blessings to you, Queen. So the last time my car drove in this spot, it didn't jerk. So what did it do to my mind? In my mind, I'm like, phew, problem solved. It's no longer an issue. So now I can move on with life. All is well. And then here we go. A couple of weeks later, I'm back in the same spot and it does it again. And so where I thought I was free and clear, where I thought all was well now, I am being reminded. And so you might think the frustration that I'm feeling on this day, you might think the frustration is a thing of the enemy. The frustration is not a thing of the enemy, because the enemy cannot dwell inside of me. There is no part of me that I am allowing the enemy to have access to. There are no crevices, there are no holes. The enemy is aborted from this body. It cannot sustain in this body. And so it is not the enemy that is causing the frustration. It is God saying to me, are you going to fix this? Are you going to do what's in your power to fix it? And if I interpret it as frustration, then it is so. But frustration from God should be the push to move you forward. So I'm sitting with that feeling, that frustration. I'm upset. I'm like, oh my God. I felt like I almost sprained my wrist. I almost felt like I had whiplash from the car doing this jerky thing on the highway in this particular spot. And so I'm upset. Right. But I'm like, it's a beautiful day. Let me go on. I had a doctor's appointment first thing in the morning. And I'm like, oh, this is sweet. There ain't going to be nobody in the office. I'm like, it is super duper early. I'm like, who's out in the doctor's offices this early? Well, there were people that were in the office, but when I got there, I was taken right away. So I'm like, okay, this is good. This is, everything is going perfect, right? So I'm here early. They're taking me right away. I don't have to wait. It's all good. I get on the scale. I get on the scale at my doctor's office. And here comes that frustration again. Glory to God. I hear you. I hear you, Holy Spirit. I hear you. Here comes that frustration again. I stand on the scale in the doctor's office. Good morning, Brandy. Blessings to you, Queen. So I stand on the scale in the doctor's office, and here comes that frustration bubbling up again. So I start making a joke out of it. I start laughing about it to kind of ease the frustration. And so I'm laughing with the nurse, and I'm like, "Ooh, me and the scale, we got a love-hate relationship going on. Every time I come here, it's just going up, 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 up." And sure enough, the scale is always saying something higher and higher. And that frustration that I felt on the highway in my car, with my car doing this jerky, jerky thing, that same frustration that is pushing me to go forward, it's happening again, right? But I didn't have that revelation that it was moving me forward yet. We're just feeling frustration in this moment. So I'm retelling you where I was on today. And so I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that every time I get on this scale in and I'm not in this doctor's office on a regular, okay? It's been a couple of months since I've been to the doctor, and it's like every time I show up, the scale is going higher and higher. Or not the scale, the pounds, the weight is getting higher and higher. And I'm not eating anything. Let me tell you guys what I had to eat yesterday. Yesterday I fasted. Um, I had my bottle of water like I normally do. I had my mushroom coffee, which I normally do. And then I fasted. So I waited until about 1 o'clock. No, it was probably like 2 o'clock before I had the mushroom coffee. And the mushroom coffee will curb my appetite. So I didn't eat until about 5 o'clock. You want to know what I had to eat? My first meal of the day? A smoothie bowl, a mango smoothie bowl with fresh bananas, half a fresh banana, and a sprinkle of blueberries and some granola. That's what I had. I didn't put no sweetener in it. It was just my protein powder, my almond milk, and the mangoes. And then I topped it with the bananas, the granola, and the blueberries. About 7 o'clock. So I ate that, and then I finished drinking my bottle of water. So I did really good with my fluid. I had my 8 glasses of water yesterday. Um, uh, my sleep was disturbed throughout the night because of it. But hey, I got all my water and then some in. And then at about 7 o'clock at night, I had a thing of cottage cheese, and I didn't have anything else. So when I'm saying to you all that I'm not eating a whole lot. When I do eat, it's potatoes. So I know starches are not always the best, but it's is whatever's going on with my GI system. Like I can't have a lot of things. So potato has been my saving grace. So I'll eat a baked potato, I'll eat mashed potatoes, I'll eat potato salad, I'll eat French fries, and I make my homemade French fries so they're not, filled with preservatives and excess salt and everything. And so when I eat, and when I do eat, I don't go like crazy, okay? But like the weight is not leaving, the weight is increasing. So again, I got this frustration. I'm frustrated. Every time, like I'm not even eating nothing. And every time I turn around, I get on the scale keep going higher and higher and higher. Okay. Is it that same frustration you felt when your car started doing the jerky, jerky stuff? Yeah, it's the same frustration. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Going into the doctor's office, sit up on the chair, having a conversation with the nurse. She's going over my medications. And I admit to her, she's like, "Oh, are you still taking the blood pressure medicine?" Nope. Nope. Not taking the blood pressure medicine. Honestly, I forgot about it. It sits at my bedside, and I honestly forgot about it. Out of sight, out of mind. Oh, because you don't have a headache. Oh, because you're not lightheaded. Oh, because you're not feeling faint. You just choose not to pay attention to it. Right? Same thing like with the car. You know the problem with the car. It's already been identified. The doctor's already told me. They've already prescribed me the medication for it. And I'm still not taking the medication. I'm calling myself out today. Right? I ain't talking about nobody else. I'm calling myself out. Tell the truth, you shame the devil. And so I'm not doing what the doctor gave me the medicine, and I'm still sitting around talking about, I don't know why, I have this problem. And because I took my mind off of it, just because the batteries in my blood pressure cuff stopped working, because I'm not checking my blood pressure, doesn't mean that the blood pressure automatically resolves itself. But for some reason in my mind, I said it had. I'm like, no, I must be doing good now. All is well now. All is not well because you're not paying attention to it. How does that make it all is well? Because you've taken your eyes off of it. So God allowed this frustration. This frustration is not of the enemy. This frustration is from God saying, are you done yet? Are you done yet? Are you done fooling around? And so my epiphany, as I'm having this conversation with you all, and that's why I said, let me get on this line. I wanted to stream because you know what? This is my outlet. Not to say that I want to dump my burdens onto, social media land, but when I talk stuff out, when I hear myself saying it, now I start getting the revelation all the more clear. And so now God is saying to me, I created that frustration in you. And what are you going to do about it? See, now if the frustration was from the enemy, then I would be sitting in it. It will be destroying my day. It will be consuming me, and my whole day would go downhill, and it will go down frustration street. But because this frustration is from God, it is to position me forward. And so God is just giving me these eye openers today. He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You think you are powerless. You're not powerless. You have all powers. The consuming power of Jesus Christ dwells inside of us. We are more powerful than we can imagine. We don't even utilize a fraction of the power that we have. And yes, we want to turn everything over to Jesus. Oh, Jesus, fix it. Jesus is like, I ain't fixing everything, because you have the power to fix it yourself. You have the dominion. You have the know-how. You have the wherewithal to get it done. Are you going to get frustrated enough that you will eventually do it? So when I came home, I went upstairs to my bedside. I grabbed that blood pressure medicine and I took it. I took the blood pressure medicine. I took the pressure medicine, you guys. I took it. Because as I was driving home, I was doing a lot of complaining. I wanted to cry, right? I wanted to cry because I was just frustrated. I was like, I just need a release. And I was just complaining. I was just complaining to God. Oh, here we go again with this blood pressure. He's like, it never left. You just took your eyes off of it. And I'm like, here we go again. I'm still cramping, had surgery, went all this process, and I'm still having these issues. He's like, but you're not seeking, you're not consistent with seeking what the resolution is. Like you just want to wake up one day and all is well. And God is like, what are you willing to fight for? What are you willing to take control over? Yeah, I swear I'm not eating nothing, but I'm like, to be honest, like, 'cause I'm having this one-on-one conversation with God in the car, and he's like, I hear you when you say, I'm not even eating anything. I'm not even eating anything. But God is like, what are you eating? Maybe it's the things that you're eating, the quality of it that's impacting the situation you're going through. Right? See, we always want God to fix it, fix it, fix it. But maybe he wants us to have the epiphany. Maybe he wants us to have the eye opening, the awakening, so that we won't get caught up in it again. Right? If God comes in it, it's like when your kid is having you're teaching your kid how to ride a bike. And as long as you're holding on to them and pushing them, yay, I'm doing it. But the minute you let go, they fall over. And so now they don't want to ride the bike no more. And for you to encourage them to ride their bike, you put them back up on there and you ride them behind them. What are you going to do for the rest of their lives? You're going to run behind their bike. You're going to push them. You're going to, what are you going to do? So sometimes you have to fall. Sometimes you have to be frustrated in order for you to take control to say, okay, what is the situation at hand? And I stopped doing, the walking. You guys know me for my morning walking talks. I was doing the walking, but then all of the pressure that I was getting, I stopped, and preparing my body for surgery. I stopped after the surgery. I was giving myself a chance to heal. Slowly but surely, I was trying to get back into the walking. I would start feeling the cramping and the discomfort again. So I stopped. So what is this saying? What is this saying? Is it really the exercise that is doing it, or is there an underlying problem? And maybe instead of me giving up on the exercise, I should be trying to figure out what the problem is. And while I'm figuring out what the problem is and consistently figuring out what the issue is, I'm doing what I can do. So I say all of that to say that my frustration that I feel today is moving me forward. It's moving me forward. It is not going to stagnate me. It's not going to make me stop, because there was a moment where I uttered under my breath, I should just give up everything. Like I should just binge eat. I should go back to eating the cookies and the cakes and the donuts and the chocolate. And I should just go back to it and just take whatever, like someone going to get whatever body I'm going to give it. Like that's that. But that's not, that is the enemy using frustration. But when God is using the frustration, he's like, you're wise enough now, Shaniqua. You're old enough now, Shaniqua. You know better now, Shaniqua. You know more. You have the mental capacity to contain more. You just got to keep doing it. You can't take your mind off of something and think it's done. So what is that thing that you are frustrated with? Right? What are you frustrated with? Is it your job, your children? Because sometimes your children can frustrate you too. But whatever it is, talk to God, get to the root of it. And I promise when you get to the root, you're going to see the way. You're going to see the root. You're going to see the way. You're going to see the pathway a lot clearer once you get to the root. Once you go down to the root of it, you're going to see where it's at. And I'm telling God, well, I'm trying everything. He's like, but are you really? Are you really? Or are you doing one thing and you're making that one thing be the saving grace? God is like, I need you to do multiple things, not just one thing. You can't just say, I'm getting my 8 glasses of water in. You got to consistently get your 8 glasses of water in. You got to consistently get exercise. You got to consistently, be mindful of the carbs and the this and the that. And what is it that you can do to help yourself? Because I believe that God has equipped us all. He has given us manna. We get manna daily. So whatever today holds, we have the power. We have the authority. We have the knowledge. Well, we may not have the knowledge. That might be the problem. But chances are when you sit still long enough and you start deep diving and you start thinking, you're going to figure it out. You're going to figure it out. So my prayer for you all, just as I'm praying for myself, I pray that you will figure out the root to your frustration. If you are feeling, and this applies to anything, if you're feeling sad, get to the root of the sadness. If you're angry, get to the root of the anger. If you're experiencing grief, get to the root of it. And yes, and grief is a tricky one. Grief is the loss of a loved one, but that's not always the root. We think when we trace it back, we think that it's the root. But are you grieving something deeper? Is it indeed grief? It could be guilt, could be shame, could be um it could be a number of things that we disguise it as grief. But get to the root of it. And I do not suggest you trying to get to the root of it without God. Okay? Because if I had not sought God, I'd have just stewed in my mess, and I'd have been sulking, huffing and puffing, and I wouldn't have gotten back on this line this morning. But the whole time I'm talking to God, I'm like, I don't want to take no medicine. You know how I feel about this medicine. And these medicines do more harm than good. Oh my God. If y'all would have heard me, I was convincing. I was very convincing. And God just let me rock. Because he's like, you're not really saying nothing new. You say this to me all the time. But the trust, here's where the trust in God, here's where the trust in God triumphs. I can take the medicine. What's the root of the issue? The root of the issue is I don't want to take the medicine. I don't want to take the medicine. But do I have the ability to take the medicine? Yes. Do I have the medicine? Yes. The problem is, the root is I don't want to take it. Well, why is it that you don't want to take it, Shaniqua? You got to go deeper than this. Because I think the medicines do more harm than good. Here's where trusting God triumphs. Do you trust God? Or is it the medication you're trusting? Yes, I'd like God to heal, deliver, and set me free without me taking the medicines. But what if, just what if, God needs you to take the medicine and still trust Him? Trust Him that the medicines are not going to wreak havoc on my body. Trust Him that the medicines are not going to do more harm than good, and whatever other, story I spin to make myself feel good about not taking it. So get to the root of whatever it is so that you can set yourself free. Because guaranteed, I'm getting ready to go in my car. I'm about to get that little handbook out. And look, and with today's society and all of this modern stuff we got with Chat GPT, I can ask Chat GPT to help me out. Like, help me fix these signals in here. So we are not without options. We are not without options. So if you're feeling some kind of a way today, you feel like your back is up against the wall, you are not without options. You just have to look at the situation a little bit closer. You got to go a little bit deeper. You got to change the lens ever so gently, because with God, you are never without options. Sometimes the option is to wait on Him. Wait on Him. He told me that earlier this morning, to wait on Him. To wait on Him. But then there are some things that we have control over and that we can do. Like with me, I can take the medicine. I don't have to run to CVS. I don't have to do this, do that. I have looked into some holistic remedies. To be honest with you, it doesn't do the spectacular things that other people say that it does for them. But but maybe I'm not doing it consistently. I think I have one glass of beet juice and all is supposed to be well. Maybe if I commit myself, and I believe they say if you take a glass in the morning, a glass in the evening, maybe if I can commit myself to a week, a month with consistently taking, and that's the thing about the herbal supplements and the holistic route. It takes time, right? It takes time. It's not like because I know I look, I got all my goodies here. I got all my goodies here. I know I got some more hiding behind. Look, I got all my goodies. I don't play when it comes to my supplements. But what I have to remember is that the supplements are different than the medicine. And as a nurse, I know that medications have a lifespan. So I know when I give somebody a morphine injection, I know it's going to take 15 minutes before they really start to feel it. As soon as I inject them, they're not going to be like, oh, I feel it. It's going to take a minute. If you're having pain and you take, some Tylenol, you're not going to feel better the minute you take the Tylenol. It's going to take time. And I think that's probably my problem in my brain. And I need to unlearn and relearn some new stuff that with the herbal supplements, it takes time. It takes time. You're not going to always swallow the pill and then to die, you feel better. But because it takes time, we don't stay consistent with it. Because I take my supplements, but I'm not always that consistent with it. I stopped thinking about the supplements. So it is about just figuring out what things, and God is going to do what God is going to do. He's going to do what he knows to do, what he has destined to do, what he has promised he will do. He is doing that. But what will you do? What will you do? And so, it seems like, this comes around all the time. But okay, it's time to get back up and exercise. It's time to get back up and create a meal plan. Like I'm not really eating vegetables. I had some matter of fact, I had corn. It's starchy, so I've been doing a lot of starchy stuff. Um, I know I need some salads. I know I need some greens. But sometimes you get so frustration, you get so frustrated, you just are stagnant. But today's message is to remind you all, don't let these feelings stagnate you. Let them move you forward. Even disappointment can move you forward. Because if you evaluate what the real root of the disappointment is, you will see your solution. You will see a viable option. You do what you can do, God's going to do what he's going to do. So we've got to be able to discern what's a God thing, what's a us thing, and we have to do what we can do while we are believing by faith and trusting God to do his thing. Because he has never, and he will never leave us nor forsake us. He stuck with us, we stuck with him. And so instead of me moaning and groaning and whining and crying and complaining and carrying on, for the rest of the day, why not take control and start doing what I know to do and doing it consistently? Amen. I feel a little better. I don't know about you all, but I feel a little better. I feel like I have clarity now. And now the work continues. The work continues. This has been an ongoing story. I told you all last week I've been working on a number of different things at one time. Okay, my health and my well-being is no different. Just like we will work on a project at work, right? We will work on a project for school. We are the best project that we would ever be able to work on. So we need to commit the consistency to getting and taking better care of ourselves. And like I said, because I stay with my water bottle next to me, I swear I'm doing something. I swear I'm doing everything. Oh, I'm not even eating anything. I swear that that means something. So it's time for me to tackle the situation head on. Not only am I to improve my diet, like the quality of what it is that I'm eating, but I also need to get the help. This is not a one woman show. Like it's okay to enlist the doctors and pharmacists and herbalists and anybody you can get a hold to help you figure out your situation. And as frustrating as it is, and as tired as I am, is going to doctors and getting poked and prodded. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of going into the hospital. I'm tired of it. But is it going to make me quit, or is it going to make me proceed forward? And so I'd rather the frustration push me forward rather than pull me back. So again, you have the right to choose. It's up to you. What will you choose this day? Will you choose to stay stagnant? Will you choose to sit around and complain about it? Or will you take the necessary steps and do what it is that you have the power to do and get it done? Amen. Amen. All right, you guys. I know I'm late coming on the line, sort of, kinda, but it is our time, so I gotta go. I gotta go be a mechanic now. Okay, y'all pray my strength. Thank you, Angela. Blessings to you. I am gonna go be mechanic. I took my medicine already. I'm gonna drink my water. I'm gonna figure out my game plan on what nutritious thing I can eat instead of saying I'm not eating nothing. And forget it. If food don't want to treat me right, then I'm just not gonna eat nothing. No, you're gonna eat something, baby girl. I got some avocados sitting here looking at me. I need to have those. And I'm just gonna move forward. Just gonna move forward and just keep believing. Keep believing that God is making a way. A way is already had, and it's just a matter of time before my eyes connect with the manifestation of it. So you all go have a beautiful and blessed day. I do not believe I have any appointments tomorrow, so I will be on the live tomorrow. Listen, YouTube University got a little something on everything. So you right about that, Angela. But the new age thing is to ask GPT, and they can help you out. My son was rebuilding his Nintendo Switch using Chat GPT. You can take pictures of it, and it can analyze. Look, I'm telling you, very, very modern. But you all have a beautiful and blessed day. Throw that frustration out. Take charge of what you have charge over, and claim your victory. So I will see you all back tomorrow, back at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Morning Walk and Talks with Shaniqua Inspires. Talk to you all soon. Take care. Thanks. It's good seeing you, Angela. Talk to you later. Yes, you gotta get it. You gotta get it, honey. It'll change your life. It'll change your life. All right, everyone. Blessings to you.